After watching this video, you're going to want to cancel your Fireflies and Otter AI subscriptions. I promise you, because Fellow just released an enhancement to their Ask Fellow feature, and it completely changes what an AI meeting note taker and assistant can do for your organization. And it's actually making me go a little bit crazy because I wish this thing was here like a year ago. What you can do now is have an AI chief of staff that doesn't just transcribe and summarize calls. It actually analyzes conversations across channels, across teams, across months and months of data, and gives you the information you actually need so you can make more informed decisions for your organization. And so for transparency, I was a part of the pre-release. I've been using Ask Fellow for about 2 weeks now. I knew it was coming, and I have been using it every single day, and it is saving me literal hours every single week. And so in this video, I'm going to be walking you through 4 new capabilities that make Fellow the most advanced AI meeting note-taker platform available right now. And I'll show you the one feature at the end, if you stay for it, that will have you calling your account managers at those other guys to cancel immediately. So let's get into the demo. The first new feature that caught my attention is something we've been asking for a while now, and it is a smart search across your entire meeting universe. Most AI meeting note taker tools give you transcripts for individual calls. And so up until this point, we could go into one call, right? We would go into here and, we would then have our Ask Fellow, and we would go in and ask questions based on that meeting, and it was fine, it was good. But the problem was we had to drill down into each meeting to gather that information. And so instead, we can actually go over here. We've got this new inline button in our sidebar here, and you'll notice around Fellow, you're going to see now Ask Fellow. It's a new button, nice new purple, but we have this new sidebar button right here where you can go in and you can search across anything just by clicking on Ask Fellow. In this case, I'm just going to type in something really simple, but as you can see here, there's prompts for you. So which of my meetings from last week require follow-ups from me? Actually, I'm just going to click on that one. Which recent meetings mention risks or blockers? Which of my meetings from the past week have upcoming deadlines? And what were some key takeaways? So let's just see which ones need follow-up from me. And it's going to start reasoning. It's gathering context, analyzing all my meetings. And so it's going through all of these meetings to see which ones was Marquis a part of, which ones was Marquis not a part of, and it's pulling context, searching for action items. It's analyzing those action items so you can see its process here, which is what I love. I love this transparency that it now provides. All right, so here we go. Based on your meetings from last week, June 16, 2025, here's our high priority follow-ups. So client X Asana implementation from your call with X on June 19th. Create tutorial documentation video on rice calculator formulas in Asana. Yes, I still have to do that. Other bullet points here. Client X, backend changes from your sync on June 18th. Confirm backend changes are properly implemented. Oh yes, that's right. And here's another section for client follow-ups and demos. So blank client from your connect call, which is our initial sales call, build an in-depth demo, multiple calendar invites and scheduling. So I have to send calendar invites, webinar and communication follow-ups. I told some prospects and customers I would send out a webinar invitation. We do this monthly one, right? And so it's pulling all of this information, and notice how it's not just looking at keywords, right? I didn't say anything about specific clients. I didn't need to. It just pulled all of my meetings. It searched those meetings and analyzed those meetings. It searched for action items, and then it analyzed those action items and gave this all to me. And what I really like about this, because we all know AI can be wrong, we can now see our sources. So what calls did it pull all this from? Here they all are: 16th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th. All of these calls are where it pulled this context from. And so I really love that it's actually showing us where this information comes from, so I don't have to guess and wonder, can I trust this information? Okay, I'm going to show you one more that actually got me really excited last week because it helped me so much. And so I'm going to go back to Ask Fellow for a second, and I'm gonna do another quick search here. Context is, there was this meeting that I had in the past. It was several months ago. I needed to find the video because I had to make this right here, this accessing delivery sandboxes. I had to make a clip for an SOP. So context, I did a demo for my team in a meeting and I wanted to pull the transcript from that to make an SOP. And so I said this, and let's just see what it pulls up. Months ago, I had an internal call with my team and showed them a demo of Jira, Salesforce, and Harvest sandboxes and how to use them. Please find that call. That's what I gave it because that's all I could remember. I don't know when the call was. I don't know how long it was. I don't know what the title of the call was. So it's now analyzing. It's searching meetings, analyzing meetings. It's thinking. All right, and here it is. Based on search results, I found the call you're referring to. It was a Hold monthly delivery meet from April 24th, where you demonstrated Jira, Salesforce, and Harvest sandboxes to your internal team. I found the internal call you're looking for, and it just gives me the same information again. But yes, this was the call. And so again, let's go and check our sources. There it is. Let's pull it up, and it's going to show me the call. There we go. And so I was giving this demo to my team. We talked about Unido training. We talked about Salesforce and Jira sandboxes, right? And so here's the call right here. I can now extract that snippet from the call and share it and create my SOP. But this is going to take us into the second feature that I really love, which is the new X-ray mode within Fellow. And so then we can click right here on this X-ray, and it's going to open up this little window. It's going to give us context. What I like is that it's showing us that I demonstrated the developer sandbox in this case. All right. It says Marquis walked them through the Salesforce sandbox, showing its pipeline management features. But what happened before? So I mentioned our last call that we do have a sandbox for Salesforce as well as Jira, and it's accessible to everyone through 1Password. Great. So that's the before context. And then afterwards, I said you can then open up and fill it, and it will bring you to the marketing CRM. So what's it talking about? You know, if I was there, great, I understand it. If I don't, I click on the snippet, brings me right to that section. There we go. I can watch through, I can go and create a clip if I want to. And so we can get to the information that we need right away. And so this ties back to the whole like chief of staff thing, right? Like if I couldn't make a meeting, or if I wasn't there, if I had to leave early, now I can come back to Fellow, I can click on X-ray, I can get caught up really quickly. And rather than just reading like a couple sentences of a summary, I can then get additional context. So go and try that for yourself, which is going to bring me to our third capability that has saved me hours every single week. And so what this is an intelligent email follow-up generation, and it works exactly how you would want it to. When I tell you this thing is so smart and it is dead accurate, I'm not kidding. Like, I know AI can get things wrong, but it is truly listening to all the calls. It understands me, it understands everything that's happened, and it knows exactly how even the person on the other end needs to receive that information. And so for me, this has saved me time, because at the end of every single day, I have a 30-minute block where I need to, at the end of my day, wrap up what happened today, what emails do I have to send out. And sometimes I do it in that 30-minute block. Sometimes I do it, after dinner or something, before the kids, are gone to bed. I'll just do it quickly. Or in the morning, I'll start my day. But sometimes, you're tired, you don't want to, you're busy. And so this will actually do all of that follow-up for you. And so let's go to a call for a quick second. I'm just going to click into a call I had last week. I'm going to go to Ask Fellow. On the individual call, I'm going to say, write me a follow-up email. Okay, so I'm going to let it do its thing. There we go. So hi, blank and blank. Thanks for the great session today. I'm excited about how the workflow is coming together and appreciate your positive feedback. This was a great call, by the way. This is one where we built the RICE calculator and I was showing them how it worked. So key outcomes from today: demonstrated the complete request, intake, and triage workflow, walked through the RICE scoring calculator and automation rules, confirmed the Jira integration approach. We're going to do a manual subtask creation. Next steps: system cleanup. I'm getting ready to hand over the project now. Master portfolio creation, Jira workaround, documentation, field privacy, scheduled trainings. We scheduled a training for next week, and so who's going to be in attendance. And so it's taken the email and it's done a way better job than I ever would have, because at the end of my day, I could come back to Fellow and say, what were the next steps? What were the action items? And it would say, write a follow-up email. Great. About what? And then I have to watch the call again, put it on 2 times. This is giving us everything. So what I'll do now is actually in the call, I'll confirm those next steps. I'll say them out loud. I'll say everything, for the purpose of the recording, just so that I can give more information to my email here. So that's cool, right? And you're probably thinking, yeah, I can do that anywhere. I can take the transcript out and I can put it in ChatGPT. Maybe. Okay, fine. I'll give you that. But can your ChatGPT do this? So let's go back to Ask Fellow. Let's click on this sidebar here. I'm gonna say this. I actually did this last week and it was blowing my mind. Let's just say write follow-up emails from all of my Connect calls from June 16th, 2025. Connect calls are my sales calls. They're the initial ones. We jump on for 30 minutes. We see if we're a good fit. We understand what's going on in your space, and we figure out how we can optimize your software. And so I wanted to go through all my sales calls from last week and write follow-up emails rather than having to search each individual one and drill down into those. So let's see what it comes back with. I'm curious to see how the response will differ from the first time I did it last week. I love this so much. All right, so number one, Fellow follow-up email, Client X, Asana demo call. Hi, blank. Thanks for taking the time to explore Asana's campaign management capabilities with us. I appreciate your thoughtful questions about content creation workflows and project dependencies. So key highlights from our demo: Asana forms as intake, AI-powered campaign brief generator and automation rules. So we're displaying Asana's AI Studio, which is like agents that are now deployed within Asana workflows. Crazy. Let me know if you want to know more about that. Addressing your feedback. You correctly identified that our demo focused primarily on project management structure rather than the content creation capabilities you're looking for. For our follow-up demo, we'll specifically showcase how AI can assist with actual deliverable creation, blog post, ads, etc. Next steps, your actions. Please send over your brand guidelines and sample brief template to help us, right? So like everything that happened in the call. And it's not like I said, hey, as an action item, X, send me this. It's just, I would have said something like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna need that from you so that I can build this demo, right? So that's what it might have looked like. And so that's email number one, right? From the 16. Here's email number two from another Connect call. Hi, blank. It was a pleasure meeting with you and learning about blank and how you're using Asana for R&D documentation and shred tax benefits. That's email number two, right there. Email number three, follow-up email for blank strategy call. Hi, blank, blank, and blank. Thank you for the insightful conversation. Key areas we identified, like, come on, right? Like, I wouldn't have remembered any of this. It wouldn't have been as robust as this, right? It would have said, hey, thanks for your time today. Here's a list. And what I could have done is I could have gone to Fellow and said, what was the summary? What were the action items? I would have copied and pasted that in, but this is providing so much more depth and like meaning, and it actually sounds like me, right? And so if I had 6 or 7 sales calls in that day, which sometimes happens, for me to come now and copy and paste this and tweak a couple of lines and then add in hyperlinks, like, come on, game changing. I'm speechless, as you can see. All right, and the last one that I'm gonna show you, this is the one that I promise you is gonna have you calling up your reps to cancel your subscriptions and get out of your contracts. And so what we're looking at here is cross meeting intelligence, okay, and strategic analysis. So let's go into my library for a second. I've got some one-on-one meetings today. And so you are familiar with what this looks like. We all know by now that in Fellow, you can have a series of recurring meetings. So for my one-on-ones, for example, every single Monday, I have a meeting with this employee right here, and we discuss certain things. And this happens every Monday or every other Monday, let's just say. So this has been going on since we started working together, and we have various topics. So what I'm gonna do now is I could go in to the individual call and I can say, hey, give me insights on this call, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go to Ask Fellow and I'm going to do this. I'm gonna say, write me a performance review for employee based on our one-on-one calls from the past year, period, enter. Just wait. So now it's searching my meetings from June 24th, 2024 to June 22nd, 2025, mentioning one-on-one performance feedback, goals, achievements, deployments with employee Analyze meetings. Oh, there are all those meetings, those weekly one-on-ones. There they are. There's the all hands meetings where that person also would have been. And so it's looking at all of this context across all the meetings. It's searching their name and it's looking for where, I guess, Marquis was in attendance with this employee. I actually love performance review time, but if you've had to be the one like writing those, you do your best, right, to prepare. We have meeting agendas, we take our notes, we prepare for these things, we score them, we ask them to do self-assessment. Like I build these decks, we look at goals, we're checking in week to week, but it's a lot of manual work and it's a lot of like documentation to have to go through. And if you have a lot of staff, then you're thinking through all of this on an ongoing basis. And so this is why I'm so excited about this. For context, what it's done is it's searched our entire series of conversations, right? Dating back a year, all of the notes, everything we've touched on, all of the points here, all of the recaps, all of the summaries, every single thing to give me this performance review for employee. Here it is, executive summary. Employee has demonstrated exceptional performance as our blank over the past year, consistently delivering high quality work while managing multiple complex initiatives. Their strategic thinking, attention to detail, and ability to execute, right? So I agree with that 10,000%, right? Like I would add in my own words, but as it relates to our strategic marketing leadership or their strategic marketing leadership, here's what it pulled from our conversation: content strategy and execution as it relates to our YouTube optimization, lead nurturing systems, case study development, their project management and organization as a header. How did they do when it came to marketing project cleanup? That was an initiative we had. Event planning, innovative and technology adoption, AI integration, website modernization. That was a project that we had that this individual led. And so it's given me all of this. And so for me, this is like, oh my gosh, there's so much I can pull from this, right? This is jogging my memory now. And so I'm gonna have a way better conversation. We're gonna have a much better performance review. Because rather than relying on my bullet point notes or my memory for a lot of these things, because as you know, like we're all remote, right? We don't get to see them at a desk. We don't get to see how many breaks they take or how active they are inside of the office, right? Like everyone's sitting in their homes right now doing this. So this blew my mind because how long, and I actually had this idea at one point. I thought if we could go and take all of the transcripts from all of these calls across this period of time, maybe we could put this in ChatGPT and it could give us something. But I don't have to do that. Fellow is doing it all. So if you haven't already, call up your rep, cancel. If you're thinking about it, I want you to even put in the comments, just cancel. I'm curious to know how many people are actually thinking about it now. So I'm going to show you one more thing that as a use case for this cross meeting collaboration that is really, really exciting me. So in this instance, I'm going to say, write a case study for the client blank based on all of our sales, discovery, implementation, training, and onboarding calls. All right, so it's found the customer. It's looking through all the context, analyzing meetings, it's thinking, finding meeting summaries. All right, so here we go. Blank, customer case study, transforming marketing operations with Asana. Executive summary. Blank customer partnered with Cirface to modernize their marketing project management workflows and transition from legacy systems to a comprehensive Asana-based solution. This engagement transformed their marketing operations across multiple teams, streamlined approval processes, and integrated advanced proofing capabilities through page proof integration. Client background, industry, healthcare insurance. Challenge, complex marketing workflows across multiple teams, outdated systems like FileMaker Pro and Smartsheet with limited visibility and collaboration capabilities. Project value, chosen package with 132 plus hours of implementation services. The challenge, customer faced significant operational challenges, fragmented systems. Like it's all here. And like, I know this to be true. Like, when do you ever see me this excited? I know this to be true because I sold this package. I worked with this customer for months. And at a time where I was supporting delivery, I kicked this project off. I know exactly what their challenges were. I mapped out their initial, as is workflow inside of Miro. I know what it looked like to get across, like commercial marketing teams, government marketing teams, member experience teams, creative ops teams, right? Like, here are all the people, here are the workflow pain points, here's the solution we implemented. And so this might be a framework. Like, I'm going to take this and I'm going to go and speak to our other consultants and get feedback from the customer and get testimonials. But how much time have we spent? You can ask our marketing team, how much time have we spent in building case studies, right? Where like fellows attended all of our calls, and it's right. You're like, look at this smile. I feel like I'm gonna cry. I feel like I'm not excited about this. I'm usually pretty reserved. This is incredible. Fellow is at the top of its game right now. I've shown you a lot today. I've shown you a lot. I've shown you X-ray. I've shown you global search. I've shown you email follow-ups. I've shown you cross-meeting communication here. Fellow has revolutionized AI meeting note takers, and I don't use that word lightly. AI did not tell me to say that because there's no other platform out there that is doing this right now. They've built an AI chief of staff inside of a meeting note taker, and I want you to check it out. If you're curious or you've liked anything I've had to say and you want to try it for yourself because you maybe think I'm not being authentic, or you think, oh, he's just, doing that and the camera did whatever and they just made it look like that for an edit. No, go try it for yourself. Check out the link inside my bio. When you sign up, Fellow will give you 10% off your first year just for being a customer. The link is in my bio. And make sure, if you liked this, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, share this with someone who you think might benefit from it. And again, drop me a comment and let me know when you're switching from your current provider. As always, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.